Good morning, students. I saw your comments. Only few students have still answered, but I'm happy that at least earlier only one student used to answer or used to ask questions, but now I'm seeing slowly three to four students are asking and giving the answer whatever I'm asking with them. So I'm very happy. Keep on doing this. I will be waiting for your answers, for your replies, for your questions also. So right now, I think you have not yet completed data handling. Please do. I'm giving you time. Complete it. Whenever you will be having doubt, I will be answering you. So today I would like to explain new chapter, that is probability. It is very interesting. So let us start. Few terms you can see on board that we will explain first. Before I should explain, I would like to tell you what is probability. See, there are certain things which do not have exact answer. So far, whatever mathematics we are doing, we are finding a particular answer of that. But there are certain experiments which we cannot give an exact answer. For example, suppose you are very good student, you are doing well in all the subjects, but then also I cannot give guarantee that in final exam you will get promotion. Not even whoever is the topper of the class, even for him or for her also I cannot give 100% accurate means recommendation that he or she will get promotion for class ninth. So that's what all about probability is. Another example I'll give you. Suppose in a cricket match, suppose India and Australia, two teams are playing cricket match. Both teams are equally good, but then also no one can answer that which team will win. So again, we have to give answers through for all such experiments. We are giving answer through probability. What we'll say is, because team is equally good, so there is 50% of both chance of everyone to win. Means 50% chance of Indian may win, 50% chance of other team to win. So that is all probability is all about. So let us discuss one by one certain terms which I have written on board. First, you can see here random experiment. Random experiment means an experiment in which all outcomes are known and the exact outcome cannot be predicted in advance. Is called random experiment. That means suppose very small experiment we can do. Suppose we are tossing a coin. So when we will toss a coin, so either we will get head or tail. So this head and tail are called outcomes, or these are called outcomes when we are performing any experiment. So this is a random experiment, but we will not get both together when we are tossing one coin. So this is a random experiment and in which we are getting two outcomes. No third outcomes is possible. I know some children will be thinking that if the coin will not fall, so suddenly this means gravitational force disappears and coin will not fall. So that all such things we are not considering. Okay, so sometimes coin disappears, that and all we will not consider. But generally when you will toss, either you will get head or tail, so that is proper outcome. One more example I'll give. I think all of you might have played Ludo game. In that, dice is there. So when you will roll a dice, or you will throw a dice, you will get outcomes. What are those outcomes? That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So only these numbers will appear. So that is called outcomes. When you are throwing a dice, you will get 6 possible outcomes. So that is random experiment. Now event means you are getting head, that is one event. You are getting tail, that is one event. Outcomes, that is head and tail, both together we can call it. In this case, that is outcomes. Now favorable outcomes, that you will able to know well means when we will be studying formula of probability after that. Favorable means whichever outcome we need, that is in our, whichever event is in our favor, that event is considered as favorable outcomes. Again, I have written the example, tossing a coin. When you will toss a coin, the outcomes will be head. Either you will get head or you will get tail. So total outcomes will be this much. No other third outcomes you will get. So number of outcomes here is 2. Now throwing a dice. When you will throw a dice, you will get either 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6. We are talking here only once. Means we are tossing a coin only one time in that case. Throwing a dice one time. This is the case. So number of possible outcomes here is 6. Now third example I have given, tossing 2 coins together. Now just imagine you are having 2 coins and you are tossing together. What outcomes you will get? All outcomes that is in your mind that you think and then answer. When you will toss 2 coins, first case you will be getting on the both the coins head head. Second case you will get, in first coin you will get head and in the second coin you will get tail. Third possibility is first coin you will get tail and second coin you will get head. And the last case is on both the coin you will get tail tail. So these are 4 outcomes you will obtain when you will toss 2 coins together. One more important point I would like to tell. We are talking about a fair coin. We are talking about a fair dice, right? A fair coin, a fair dice means the coin should have one side head and other side tail. So, and also all other word for a fair coin is unbiased. The meaning of biased and unbiased, I think all of you know. If you don't know, let me explain. Sometimes you will claim no, that the teacher, a particular teacher, she likes that student very much. That's why she is giving more marks to her because she is her favorite student. So that means in that case, the teacher becomes biased. Biased means she is favoring a particular child. So that is biased. Now, in fact, that if teacher is unbiased means she is equally treating all the students. No one is favorite for her, for the teacher. So that means teacher is unbiased. If she does shows favoritism, so that means she is favoring one student. The teacher is in that case biased. Similarly, for in case of coin also, if coin is biased means we never know whether both the sides are tail or both the sides head. If the dice is fair means all the sides will have different numbers. If it is unfair, then every side will have 6 6 6, so that whenever they will toss you will get 6. So this is the concept of bias and unbiased. So this is all about outcomes, whatever outcomes you are getting when you are performing any experiment. Now probability of an event, how to calculate. Here is the formula I have written. Probability of an event, that is equals to number of favorable outcomes or number of favorable events divided by total number of events. So for example, you have to calculate probability when a coin is tossed. So while tossing a coin, what is the probability of getting a head? That means experiment is tossing a coin. So whenever you are tossing a coin, there are total number of outcomes that you will obtain is head and tail. How many are there? 2. There are 2 possible outcomes that we have to write in the denominator. That means total number of outcomes is 2. So I have written here 2. Now out of 2, how many times you are getting head? So only one time. So one time, so here you have to write 1. So probability of the event, that means which is our event, which is our favorable event, that is getting head. Probability of an event, this means probability of getting head is 1/2. Now let us consider another example. when you are rolling a dice. So just imagine, whenever you are rolling a dice, what are the possible outcomes, total outcomes? Total outcomes in that case will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 6. So 6 you have to write in denominator. Now what we want, rolling a dice, what is the probability of getting 6? Means 6, how means what is the chance of getting 6, that you have to calculate. So this means probability of getting 6 is equals to number of favorable events. So how many times you can see 6 here? One time. So here you have to write 1 and the total outcomes is 6. So answer is 1 by 6. Again, let us find out some more probabilities of the same experiment. Now in other case, we have to calculate probability of getting even number. So in this experiment, how many times you are getting even number? One time, two time, three time. So you are getting three time, or three times you are getting your favorable event. So you have to write here 3 and the total outcome is 6. So answer is 3 by 6, that is 1 by 2. Again, calculate the probability of getting prime number. Prime number, now again in the same experiment, consider which are the prime numbers. That is 2, 3 and 5. 1 is not the prime. 1 is neither composite nor prime. So your answer will be 3 by 6. So again answer is 1 by 2. Now let us discuss about playing cards. Playing cards contains 52 cards, and those 52 cards is divided into two groups color wise. So black and red. Again, black color is divided into two groups, that is spades and clubs, and red color is divided into two groups, that is hearts and diamonds. So therefore 52 cards is divided into four different groups. Spades contains 13 cards, clubs contains 13 cards, heart contains 13 cards, and a diamond contains 13 cards. So these two are of red, will be red in color, these two will be in black in color. Each of these 13 cards, out of these three cards, every card will have one king, queen and jack. King, queen, jack will have faces on it. This face will be there for king, queen and jack. So every group will have these three cards. So that means there are 12. 3 into 4, that is 12. So total number of face cards is 12. So this is the concept of playing cards. Now suppose, again we will be doing one experiment. In a pack of well shuffled card, at randomly I am selecting one card. I am selecting one card. So what will be the probability of getting a face card? What is the probability of getting a face card? So again, recall the formula for probability. Formula for probability is number of favorable event divided by total number of event. So we want to calculate probability of getting a face card. Face card. So that is, so in my favor, how many cards are there? Out of this 52, 12. So 12 is the favorable event and total number of cards is 52. So 12 by 52. You can reduce also. So this is the answer. Let us consider few more examples. Now for in the same condition, for the same experiment, suppose in a pack of 52 cards, well shuffled 52 cards, I am drawing one card. What is the probability of getting a king? So you know, in every group there is one king. Here one, here one, here one and here one. So total number of king is 4. So in my favor, how many events are there? 4, because 4 kings are there. So and total number of event is 52, because I am drawing out from 52 cards. So the answer will be 4 by 52. So reduce it, so you will get 1 by 13. Similarly, probability of getting queen. So in every group, one queen is there. So again, in my favor, 4 queens are there. So 4 by 52 is the answer. Like this you have to calculate. Now, probability of getting a card of black color. Suppose I am drawing one card out of 52 cards. What is the probability of getting a card of black color? So how many black color are there? This is spade is of black color and clubs are of black color. So 13 plus 13, that is 26. That means 26 events are in my favor. So this is my favorable event. So that is 26 and the total number of events is 52. So 26 by 52. So that means half. That is equals to half. So like this, it is very simple chapter. You can solve each and every question. Just remember the formula of probability. Also one more point about probability. The value of probability lies from 0 to 1. It will not exceed 1 and it will not be less than 0. It can be 0 but it cannot be less than 0. See how. Suppose I'm throw a very simple example I'll give you. I'm throwing a coin or I'm tossing a coin. So in that, what is the probability of getting 6? So your answer will be 0 because when I'm throwing I'm tossing a coin. In that case, there we will not get 6 at all. Either we will get head or tail. So therefore, in my favorable, how many events are there? 0. So 0 by total number of event is 2. 0 by 2 is equals to 0. So therefore, here you will get the probability 0. I think if this is difficult for you to understand, one more example you take. Suppose in your school bag, 5-star chocolates are there. Now you are putting your hand in that chocolate and then taking out one chocolate from that. So what is the probability of getting a dairy milk? So your answer will be 0. Why? Because there is no dairy milk chocolate inside the bag. How you will get a dairy milk chocolate? So that means you will never get dairy milk. So therefore your favorable event is 0 and 0 by total number of events. Total how many chocolates are there? That total 5. So 0 by 5, that is equals to 0. So like this you will get the probability 0 in such experiments. Now the case where you will get probability 1. Now suppose again the same, I will give you the same example so that it will become easy for you to understand. Your bag contains 5 stars chocolate. You are drawing one chocolate from that and what is the probability of getting a 5-star chocolate? What is the probability of getting a 5-star chocolate? So that means 5 chocolates are there. So 5 means your favorable events are 5 and total number of chocolates is 5. So 5 by 5, that is equals to 1. In that case you will get probability is equal to 1. So like this value of probability can be 0, can be 1, or it lies always between 0 and 1. Because whatever probability you have seen so far, you can see it is a proper fraction and proper fraction is less than 1. So therefore its value will not exceed 1. Now here I am discussing question number 5 of exercise 25A. Rest all questions are easy. Just now we have discussed. A bag contains this is question number 4. A bag contains 4 white and 5 blue balls. They are mixed thoroughly and one ball is drawn at random. What is the probability of getting a white ball and a blue ball? So number of white ball is 4 and number of blue ball is 5. This is question number 4. Number of white ball 4, number of blue balls 5. So total number of balls is 9. Now at random we are selecting one ball. This is the question. So what is the probability of getting white ball? So probability of getting a white ball is number of favorable event by total number of event. So how many means white balls are there? 4. So that means 4 are in my favor. So 4 by 9 is the answer in first case. And in second case, probability of getting blue ball. So how many blue balls are there? 5. So in my favor, 5 blue balls are there. So 5 by 9. 9 is the total number of balls. So this is the answer. This is how we are calculating probability. So solve exercise 25A. It is easy. If you find any problem either of this chapter or previous chapter, please write either in comment box or in campus care message box. Please do write to me. I'll be answering your questions. And today's question is for all the students who are watching my video from the beginning to end. Especially please do answer in comment box. So today's question is, you have to find outcomes. What are all possible outcomes if a dice and a coin is thrown together? You are rolling a dice, at the same time you are throwing a coin also. You are tossing a coin also. So what possible outcomes you will get? Total number of outcomes you have write to me in message box. Thank you. This much for today.